All right, today is December 6th, Saturday, and this is about 6:30 a.m. and I'm early here. Woke up early, and then temperature-wise 72 degrees, kind of cool right now, early in the morning. Humidity is reporting at 77, and wow, it actually says what is this on the report? 0 miles per hour. There's no wind at all. Today is no trade wind. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna start rideshare. Yeah. So gonna go onto my rideshare app, and here we go. So first thing I do is right now so I'm gonna hit destination. Okay, so yeah, I just put in town Walmart. So and then uh, yeah, I did set. All right, so here we go. And early in the morning, start driving. Rideshare app started. Okay, so that way I get if there's any rideshare requests early in the morning today, heading in town, then yeah, I'll get those. All right. Wow, dark out here. So it should be lighting up pretty soon. Okay. And then yeah, there was some comment about what do you call yeah diabetes, you know. And when I mentioned some in regards to diabetes, I'm a diabetic through that's what my doctor like advised me, right? And then uh, it's not a full-on diabetic. My organs are still working. Okay, and everybody's different. Some people they're diabetic because their organs are failing. Some to different stages, and some too much. And then eventually, the end result is diabetic one, right? Where you actually have to shoot the even diabetic two. Some of them you gotta get insulin shots, right? Because your body just is not making enough, and metformin stuff like that, it's not enough to help out. And so in my case, there's a variety of different diabetes. So diabetes two, even among them, right? You know, there are so many different types, right? Because what stage on different levels and why you became a diabetic. My case is, I got into an accident and damaged my body, and like I was relying. After a while, got to relying on mobility scooter for quite some time. I had no movement, very very little movement, and yeah, I like eating. You guys see me eating. I like eating. Yeah, I like food, but with no exercise, it became to a point that wow, I guess I just turned me into diabetic too. Because before the accident, like I was, practically on the bicycle every day. I rarely drove much, just bicycle from Kalihi to Waikiki and back every single day. Bicycle, it's like except Sunday. Sundays I had things to do, right? But Monday to Saturday I was always on bicycle every morning, every day after work and such. So for a very long time, and then going all over the place in town, everywhere, all bicycle. Yeah, even in between. That was me. I was in good shape, far as I could tell. But after the accident, I became very immobilized. It hurt to move, for some time. It really did. So I moved very little, and then eventually, I ended up, I got, you know, I mean, doctors didn't issue it to me. I bought it, mobility scooter. Then I got really relying on it. I could go on the bus, I could go to the store, shopping, grocery, everywhere. I didn't have to get off. The only time I had to get off was, go to places, and if I got to a restroom, yeah, get off of it, use the restroom, and then yeah, sit the whole time. So after a few years of that, my body just won. Yeah, became so inactive, because it hurt to move, and eventually Doctors, like my doctor stated that I'm a diabetes too. And, like the waves, he didn't say it, but I felt it getting more worse. So finally, one day I ditched the electric scooter and yeah, so moving. And then, you know, I even got a car that I could put a lot of mileage on. And then, like I started doing, rideshare driving little by little. And for some time, I can tell you, it took me about a couple of years or a little over a year. No, way over a year. I was driving just one day a week. It hurt. Yeah, but I just, and I kept going around. After years of being confined to very limited space and not moving around got me going. Yeah, it just felt improved. I was eating very little too, for some time, and then just relying on metformin and other medications. But then I started moving, and for a long time I didn't even do sugar testing. I didn't do like a daily testing and all those. Yeah, I eat, took metformin. In the mornings I took Vastatin, Losartan, and stuff like that. It just kept going. I wasn't living at all. But then there was one day I got rid of the mobility scooter and I had to move around, and then it just kept on going. And then doing rideshare, oh, that really got me. I could not last beyond 1 hour in a day driving for a long time, and then got better and better and better, and then eventually now I'm driving pretty good amount of time. But I still have to wear weight belt because it does hurt, right? But I'm doing a lot of walking now. I'm going around here, I'm going around there, and also I do the sugar test, so that way I make sure that I don't go up too high. If I do, if I'm at too high of a status, then I realized that I learned after retina detachment surgery. That was an emergency one. All of a sudden, I became blind on my one eye, and then even after that, I had the cataract emergency one too. Oh my God, that was so painful, and a pressure in the eye. But anyway, after I had that, yeah, I realized, oh my God, the sugar, it was just eating me up alive, right? So everybody's different. And I'm one of those, I'm a denier, felt that, hey, my organs are not gone. My organs are still good. And all I got to do is just keep exercising. And yes, I keep moving. The more I move, the better, right? And I started doing a sugar test, the blood test, right? The pin test daily. And then got to a point where I'm doing several times a day, and so forth. Especially like about, an hour later after I eat, then I do a test, make sure that I'm not too high. Otherwise, I do my walking, right? And then, especially in the evening, right? Because I try to eat, no, I try not to eat the meat or stuff like that in the evening, later. I try to keep it around 4 or 5 p.m., sometimes a little later, but I eat fruits, vegetables, and stuff, right? So then, I do, what do you call, I don't walk around the block. It's kind of weird walking around the middle of the night, as it gets darker and darker, right? So what I do is I turn on my TV, turn on Netflix, and there's also, Roku and other stuff, right? And then, yeah, most of the time it's Netflix. And then I turn on the one that, I can really watch it, pay attention to. And then I got a stepper from Walmart. I step non-stop. That's my walking. Just keep walking, And of course, I gotta make sure because I do hurt. But it's getting better and better. And I do, walker, step walking, right? And you can get the stepper, it's really good. I got it from Walmart. But anyway, I do the stepper and for about an hour. Now I got to a point where I'm doing about 2 hours, just non-stop stepping while watching video, Netflix. And then lower my sugar count. So At home yesterday, I ate two romaine lettuce, dipping it in. Of course, I wash and everything. Yeah, and then I get that from sometimes I get it from Costco, and then it has 6 count in it, right? So I ate that. I dip it in the gochujang, Korean hot sauce, right? Spicy sauce. So I dip it, eat it, while watching Netflix, and then after a while, that's my dinner. And then also because I got cantaloupe too, I quarter of it, not half, quarter size. That's pretty big, the cantaloupe. I eat that, right? Because cantaloupe supposedly is pretty good. So, quarter size. Sometimes I eat apple, sometimes mandarin orange, and different variety of fruits, right? So, after eating, I try not to make sure that I'm not real full, but I'm okay. Then I gotta get the sugar down, so I step. So for a while, it's been like 30 minutes. After that, 1 hour. Now I almost at a point where I do 2 hours. Wow, you know, I built up, and you know, I think latest was then of course after a good workout, then I do sugar test, right? Yes, when I do pretty good workout, sugar test, oh, I can even lower at times to like a 100 or sometimes below. I even at one point got to 88. But the thing is, see, I just ate not too long ago, right? Even though it's what do you call romaine lettuce, right? Raw, fresh, and we got some fruit, right? Sugar level, I was able to bring it down. But guess what? My body still has all that. It hasn't digested everything, so it'll come up. Okay, in the morning I test. Yesterday after work, doing the stepper, I was able to bring it down to 125, about, right? My sugar test, and then I went to after getting cleaned up everything, and went to sleep, and then woke up this morning, and it's at 150. Yeah, because there's still what I ate was not digested completely. It was still in me, right? So it's good still, because then I think of how I feel. I feel good. So I'm not overloaded on sugar. Okay, and from my experience, this one, it in about 1 2 hour, it'll get digested because I'm moving around now. Even though I'm driving, I'll stop at a location, I'll walk around and move around. Yeah, rest of it will get digested and it'll be good. And my body is not feeling. I mean, I've been at this, I can actually feel the sugar, right? So my body is not feeling it. So I'm in good shape so far. But I think latest that raised my A1C test was because I was at 6.9 and raised it to 7.4, is because my latest retina, the eye surgery, a recent one had. And then with that following, doctor placed me on almost a month, right? It was a little over 2 weeks, but almost a month of non-movement order. I'm not to have any exercise. I mean, oh my God, right? And I like eating. So, yeah, I think that really caused it for my, for so long, I could not move or go around. I go a little bit places, drive short distances, at first I drove a little, and then I ended up with a real headache. But anyway, yeah, and then they had to treat me for it. But afterwards, after learning that, went through some process, and then, just stayed not moving, yeah. Found out, eye surgery is serious. I already had emergency retinal surgery, retinal detachment surgery. I already had emergency, and I'm telling you, emergency. This is not something I selected. Cataract surgery. Wow. Yeah. The cataract surgery, the reason I had to have emergency was because it was so painful. Right. But anyway, after having that, and I'm one of those deniers that, no, my organ is still good. I just need to exercise more. Yeah. Now, that's the point I'm getting at. That not everybody's same. And, it's very hard for me, also white rice, right? Yeah. I can tell you, I've been on this island for over 50 years, and, I grew up eating white rice, practically like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's very, very hard to get away from it. Yeah. So, wow, there's police officers on the other section, reverse direction. Yeah, roadblocks. What's going on? Maybe there was an accident. But anyway, yeah. I keep saying, I should, yeah, there's recommendations that I need to stop eating white rice, but, and I tried brown rice. I even bought some brown, minute brown rice, right? Microwave 1 minute brown rice from Sam's Club. And I tell you, it doesn't taste good. And the feeling is not there. Yeah. Whereas the white rice that I've been so used to my whole life, I can't get away from it. It's hard. If not impossible. Maybe not impossible if I really, really try. But I just don't have that kind of determination. Okay, so my figure is don't eat too much white rice. Just eat little. Yeah. So that's the point. Like yesterday, I finally was able to get to a point. After all this, thing that I went through with the recent eye surgery. Yeah. I mean, this was an option I selected to have the surgery, so I don't have to put eye drops anymore. Now, yeah, I just had an appointment yesterday, and then my doctor said everything looks good. Yeah. Then I got another appointment later. He's gonna make a final decision if I'm completely cured or not. But in regards to white rice, everybody's different. It depends on how far of a deep diabetic situation you are in, right? And diabetic 1 is completely different. That's where like your organ is just gone. It's not producing any insulin at all. But my body is still creating. It's just not able to use it if I don't get the exercise, and which that's what's led to my diabetic 2 situation. I was not, I was for a while I was not able to because it would hurt so much. But then, I lost myself and just stayed with the mobility scooter for several years, and just didn't move much, no activity. So that created some situation, right? So as that goes, that's what's happening. And now after so many years, I started moving. I got another car, and then driving rideshare little by little. Took some time, but I finally got into it, and then it just got me moving, got me interested, got me going places, and especially like I found YouTube that I'm doing, and people are encouraging. There's so many people that's encouraging, so it helps. Yeah, and then just got me moving. Yeah, and that helped. And also, of course, doing all the walking exercises. And yeah, every evening, I get in front of TV after eating, having my final meal, right? Then I do my stepper exercise. Yeah. Now I got to a point of doing 2 hours. Wow, try doing 2 hours. I'm not kidding you. I sweat. Watching Netflix. Just straight. Yeah. So I hope, I don't know, me rambling on so on, right? I hope I made some sense. Wow, today I didn't get any order coming in. Maybe it was too early. Ha. Okay. All right. So I let the car go first. I was doing something else, but there are a lot of cars coming through. Wow, some people, they don't have the proper headlights on. Okay, so. Alright, I came into town, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily place the app off. Yeah, I'm going to turn the app off very shortly, and then I'm going to reset, and then restart. All right, so I'll pause for now. All right, so yeah, I set over temporary and then set my within range, and then I got an order. Wow. Okay, so anyway, main thing is not all diabetics are the same. Okay, and diabetic 2, which is I am. That's what I am. It just means that. Okay, wait. I'm gonna pull over into this. All right, so at a pre-diabetic status. All right, so anyway, uh, okay, so what is this? Oh, okay, 1388 Kapilani Boulevard. I gotta go there, and then 600 Queen Street. That's a business. All right, so this right here is a short ride, $4.30. Yeah, I set the within area limit as what do you call? No airport, because right now it's morning. Yeah, at this time there's traffic coming in. It's gonna start building up. Oh wait, today's Saturday. I didn't think about that. Saturday there's a lot less traffic. Ah, okay. Well, it's already too late. So, but yeah. So in regards to diabetic one is too late. That's organ's gone, right? It's not producing any insulin. But diabetic two is pre-diabetic status, and it's everybody's different stage. You know, some they like are producing very little insulin. Some they're producing okay. And I'm still taking metformin at times here and there, but not all the time. One of the reasons is because, see, if I'm able to work it out, right, and I'm able to get my sugar down, I don't take it. And you know that's how I go. So at times I just cannot. I got out of control and I lost, and I ended up eating what I shouldn't have and maybe too much and all those, right? Then, yeah, I do have no solution but to take the metformin. Otherwise, my sugar is too high. I cannot lower it enough, right? I don't have the confidence. But a lot of times, if I'm, like able to control my eating and such, yes, I can, and I don't really have to rely on, drugs, metformin, Rosatan, Raspasten, all those, right? I take a step back and I try not to take it as much as I can. So that's me. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, oh yeah, right here, very shortly, I'm gonna have a pickup. So I'm gonna pause. All right, here we go. I just had a drop off, and yeah, I just realized I set my within range. Today's Saturday, so you know they stay within range. I should just increase a little. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I increased it, and it's shoots. How do I get it to? I gotta remove and redo it. All right, what I'll do is I'll remove, and then yeah, I use one up this way. So yeah, this way. Okay, now I got set. So I include the airport. Yeah. Okay. This is what I do. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not an expert on diabetic situations and status and all those, right? But what I'm doing is like what I can say is from what my experience. Also, I read up some this and that about diabetics, right? And I've tried many different methods, the lazy way, but oh, I got an order. Okay. All right. So, ah, 1138 Union Mall. All right, and then they're going to the airport. Okay, and $7.17. So cheap price. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm not an expert. One thing is it's just from my experience. That's what I'm kind of talking about. And you know, just by that, I can tell you pretty much everybody's different. When it comes to diabetic one, yes, it's strict diabetic one. You're not making your body's not making insulin because your organ is gone making that. But if you're on diabetic two, right, pre-diabetic, that means pre-diabetic. So yeah, it's just a different situation. Your organ may have been, a damage somewhat, all different levels, right, of damages, and also your insulin resistance, your body is just, it's just all at different levels, right? And for me, I'm trying to be hopeful that it's just insulin resistance and my organ is not gone yet too much. So I'm able to, I'm maybe hopefully hoping that I can improve. And that's what I'm doing, just hoping and keep working out. And by working out and having the sugar level go down, right? It's like, okay, there's still hope. So everybody's different, okay? And, my situation is, yeah, it does hurt to work out, even walking. And that's one of the reasons I use a weight belt. And, as it hurts more, I tighten it more and such. Wow. That's pretty much it. You know, yeah, diabetic situation, not everybody's same. Everyone's different. Okay, so making a right turn over here. Okay, I'm on Queen Street making a right turn. Okay, so this is Alakea Street. And I'm to make a left turn up ahead on Baratania Street. Okay. So, yeah, I'm a diabetes 2 situation, pre-diabetic, and, yeah, I think my latest one, the reason my A1C test went up so high was because I was restricted to movement exercise. Any exercise, my doctor told me I cannot. So I stay immobilized, move very little for some time. Yeah, almost a month, over 3 weeks. And I still like eating, so I ate pretty good, but not too much, I was thinking. So, and then to my shock, my A1C test came out high. So now I'm in battle. Next time I have it at home so I can test it myself because insurance only covers once every 3 months. So I want to go do the test before I go to the doctor, so that way I know my test result. I hope I can do it right. Because I was reading online and a lot of people made mistake on those home test kits. Yeah, where it comes out not working properly. So anyway, this test kit, $42 for 2 tests. Yeah, so each test comes out to $21. Okay. Alright, I'll make a left turn and then I gotta pick up on Bishop Street, which I'm gonna make a left turn, right? So I'm gonna pause for now. Alright, I just had a drop off. This is Mokulele Airlines. And yeah, I'm just gonna take a temporary stop right over here. There's no cars coming behind. I have another order. So, airport, Terminal 1. Okay. I gotta go out to Nimitz and go in. And then they're going to 2570 Kalakaua Avenue. Yeah. Alright. So, gonna go for, yeah, let's go. And yeah, so anyway, continue on in regards to diabetes. Yeah, diabetic 1 is you lost your insulin organ. But diabetes 2 is a pre-diabetic, right? Diabetes, and there's many different levels on it. Okay, so it all depends. And for me, I'm a diabetic too, and like from my common sense, I'm just, I'm not an expert. It's just my common sense usage, like thinking that it's because I haven't been able to exercise, and like I mean, it has gotten pretty bad. So I'm trying to do my exercise as much as I can, and when I do a pretty good amount, then my sugar level goes down. So it is still working. Okay, so yeah, whether I'm denying that my organs are destroyed, whatever, it's okay. Like since my when I exercise good amount, then my sugar level goes down. Also, I cannot eat too much, because if I eat too much, then it's too hard to bring it down. Yeah, but I'm still good. So what it is? Road closed to traffic. Oh, road closed. Okay, so I gotta make a right turn and then come back around. Road closure. Okay. Uh, so, anyways, yeah, I'm not an expert. I'm just using my common sense and from my experience of diabetic 2 situation that I'm in, and trying to do my best. And in regards to eating wise, yeah, I like eating. You guys already see it. Watch the video, and then I like food. All different nationality food, different types. Of course, among the food, bottom line is Korean is my favorite. Can't help it. But I like trying other food too. So, and I think Korean, for example, recent one Hyungjae restaurant, right? Seemed like there was a lot. No, it wasn't. Because side dishes, banchan, right? Yeah, they have a little bit. I mean, it looks like a lot, but they put a little bit on each, right? To a point where you can taste 2 or 3 times. Yeah, on each one. And the kimchi stew soup, right? Yeah, I think there was about 2 small pieces of meat in the whole thing. Rest of it was all kimchi, and everything else all veggie, right? Yeah, seasoning is kind of strong in that, so I should not have drank the whole seasoning, but it was good, so yeah, I ended up drinking. Then of course, my body, like I'm at a point where like sometimes I can feel like if I eat too much wrong things, I can feel it, right? Even if I don't do a sugar test, but like I can tell if I ate too much, a wrong thing. But at that time, no, I didn't feel like, and then so I was able to move around here, move around there, and then still a little active. And then when I got home, yeah, did about hour and a half of stepping while watching Netflix. And that's in the evening once the sun goes down. So I don't like to walk around the neighborhood just in the dark. So what I do is when it's dark, I stay in and just turn on my Netflix, and I do my stepper exercise. And then, like especially the Korean ones, right? While watching, a show, and their series can get long, right? So 2 or 3 shows, boom, oh, you did, I do the step exercise while watching. Then yeah, that's a pretty good amount, enough to bring down my sugar. So, and it still works. All I gotta do is, yeah, there's some pain into it doing it still. So I just have my weight belt, tighten it, right, and then just keep at it, and that brings down my sugar, and so I can still enjoy, not too much, but still enjoy eating food, different food. You know, because sometimes I think, what would life be like without being able to eat anything that I can enjoy? I go, wow. Yeah. And I'm telling you, white rice, I've tried, and tried. I cannot stop. That's something, you know. But doing the stepper exercise, walking exercise, yeah, I'm able to bring down my sugar, so I consider myself still fortunate. Yeah. So in my situation, when I'm able to bring down my sugar by doing the stepper, right? Then I don't, I try not to take metformin. But if my sugar level goes up too high and I can't control it, then yes, I do take metformin to bring it down. I try my best not to take drugs as much as I can, but you know, like I can't help it. Sometimes I can't. It's just too hard to bring it down, and it's too high. And maybe on the day I ate too much or just too much of a wrong thing. Yeah, it's not coming down. So I do end up having to take metformin. I rely on it. But a lot of times I made this, like yesterday, I was able to bring it down to 125, and my body doesn't digest as fast as like before. So still had more digestion to go through, and then in the morning I wake up 150, back up a little because the rest of them got digested and then went into my bloodstream. So, but still good. I'm feeling good. And right here, Terminal 1. I got a pickup going on, so I'll pause for now. Wow, okay. I'm at the airport. I just came for pickup, and then, wow, they had a baby. No child seat. Okay, so rideshare is illegal. So, they're saying, oh, I'm an Uber driver in Las Vegas. Yeah, then you should know. This is the state of Hawaii. It's illegal to have a child without a child seat in a rideshare. I get ticketed once, and that's it. I'm done. You know. So, anyway, they also have 4 people with 4 luggages. I go, oh my god, with the child included as 4. I thought, as a rideshare, you gotta order XL. I mean, you gotta order larger cars. So, I mean, this is a rideshare person. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was, the guy was saying he's a rideshare. He does rideshare in the mainland. Like, you can take, you can take. No, I cannot. Yeah, I had a baby that needed a child seat, and he did not bring a child seat, and he has 4 luggages. Oh shoots! What the heck? Yeah, this is one of those bad timing. So, get an airport order. Turns out, this way, and then like a no other order so far. So I may end up just going back to town empty. And you got all these taxi rider drivers. They're all lined up. Hardly anybody's getting taxi. They're all just lined up waiting. Until maybe a next flight, and then even on that, they don't know. Not many people ordering taxi nowadays. So yeah, this is the airport in the morning. Going through. So anyway, yeah, I guess yeah, I've been talking pretty good amount of time about right, diabetes, right? So you know, don't take my word as being like an expert or anything. So I'm not an expert. I just spoken some of what I've learned and know about diabetes because yeah, I was really in good shape. Not I mean I really was really good shape, but after so many years of being inactive and especially being on a mobility scooter, and then doctor determining that nah, I'm a at certain point, determined that I was a diabetes two status, which is a two. That pretty much means a pre-diabetic, right? Because diabetic is type one, which there's no insulin being made by your body, so you have to do an insulin shot because your organ is just stopped making, it's gone. So pre-diabetic is it's still body's still making it, right? It does, like your organ is somewhat not functioning fully, right? So and everybody's different. Some people it's because they don't work, do enough exercise. Some people it's because their organ is failing, going in that situation. So me, I would like to think that I'm a denier. Yeah, I would like to think that it's because I wasn't able to do, enough exercise. Which anyway, these people, wow, we're kind of rude. Told me, yeah, you can squeeze in. 4 people, you take 4 seats. I cannot. And then on top of that, okay, I got a new order. I gotta go onto the freeway H1 East. So yeah, they will keep pushing about it issue. With the child, full seat takes all my seat, and then everything in the trunk, 4 luggages cannot. I have a compact size car, small car. They wanted me, and they were talking about, oh yeah, put the baby over here. No child seat on top of that. Yeah, baby, and then I put the baby in the front seat. I go, what? Put the luggages. I go, no. I don't think so. They wanted me to squeeze in some luggage in the front because the baby can take the seat and then push the chair back and put a luggage in front. I go, huh? No, that I don't do that. So, some people. Well, other than luggage, main thing is your child, baby, needs a car seat. No car seat, and I can't take it. It's illegal. Yeah, rideshare must have a car seat. So, it's okay. It happens. Alright, so alright, so I'm to take Pali Highway exit 21A. Wow, the sign is just in front, so making it so bright. Yeah, so doing a rideshare, I make exceptions. People are just regularly coming, like saying, it's okay, it's okay with us, just take. No, I cannot. Yeah. When there's a baby and there's no child seat, I will not take. I will not take the risk. And yeah, they say they'll call other driver and somebody will take her. Up to you. I will not take. Yeah, it's just I cannot make exception on that because if I get into an accident, the insurance will not cover because I'm breaking the law, whether it's my fault or others. Yeah. So anyway, I'm back on. Yeah. Alright. Well, up ahead there's a vineyard exit. So being a pre-diabetic, diabetic too, it's not a simple thing, right? It's not one solution for everyone. It's all different. It depends on each person. What their status situation, and it's not something the doctors can diagnose exactly what's wrong with you. All they can go by is a A1C test, yeah, and like a few other things. Especially what you are able to tell them, and even at that, like you know, even my doctor is telling me, you don't need to do like we call blood glucose test, multiple times a day. Just do test once a day. I go, okay, but I need to know how high it is, after I eat, and then how much, like I do exercise, and I try to explain to him, but I don't know, just don't seem to be able to communicate properly. So that's at that, because like even though I can feel it, right? My body is not always telling me, like what I'm exactly going through. My feeling isn't able to exactly tell me exact detail about my body condition. So I have to be able to take the test, the strip test, blood test, right? Glucose test, sugar level. After 1 hour, about 1 hour eating, and also I have to be able to take again after doing some exercise. And I have to know that I did enough exercise to lower it enough, because if it's too high, and I just go to bed, I might end up with another situation. I really learned that. Yeah. And that was emergency retinal detachment situation, because I didn't realize I ate my sugar level too high, and it just got to a point where I ended up with the emergency retinal detachment situation. And then now, not only that, then afterwards, shortly afterwards, week after that, I ended up with emergency cataract situation. Oh my god, the pain! Right, it was too horrible. But anyway, that's what happened. So, all right, we got a red light, so I get to see exactly what my order is. Okay, 1150 Mauna Kea Street. All right, and then they're going to 500 Ala Moana Boulevard. $6.16. Yeah, and of course, addresses. I'm kind of rounding it, so that way, no exact address is being laid out. If I'm not sure if it's a commercial, I just say it. But if it's private, then if I'm not sure, then I just round the address, so that way, no address, right? So cannot be determined. But anyway, in regards to diabetes, yeah, everybody's different. So not one size fits all. You know, and I'm still, like I'm going through by test, and every day I'm, doing my glucose test multiple times, and yeah, so I'm making sure that my blood sugar level is, down. Yeah, I even thought about getting one of those the glucose strip thing that you attach to your arm in 24 hours and stuff, right? But I found those things are expensive. So I just get use up the ones that I get through prescription, and then I also get a little additional for on the side, yeah, on my own, just the cheapest so far. And actually, AccuTest came out to be the cheapest so far. And then I just keep on doing my test, and then making sure that my sugar level is down. All right, up ahead, I'm gonna make a left turn on Mauna Kea Street. Yeah, so yeah, this way, yeah, it is a humbug thing. I gotta keep testing and keep testing. Alright, so yeah, I was able to pass the other cars, and up ahead, Mauna Kea Street, I'm gonna make a left turn. So yeah, definitely, diabetes to pre-diabetes is there's many different levels of differences. Okay, so I'm gonna pause for now. All right, here's Waterfront Plaza. I just had a drop off, and now I got another order. And this one, 591 Alamona Boulevard, so cruise terminal. Pickup, they're going to the airport. Yeah, $10.38. All right. Yeah, so you know you have been watching me, like visiting restaurants and such, eating food, this and that, and you can tell, very obvious, that I do enjoy food. And a lot of times I have hard time controlling. If it's in front of me, I gotta eat it. I end up eating it. You know? But you know, I mean, in my younger days, before the injury, I was eating so much good food, and I exercise a lot. Rode bicycle all over the place, and more than once, this and that, every day, just constant moving. But now, you know, not being able to move around doing proper exercise and became a diabetic 2 situation. Yeah, I really am into thinking that, oh, all right, turn on red. Oh, so we had no right turn on red. All right. Okay, so I cannot make right turn. So once the light clears up, then I can make a turn, and then I'll pick up at terminal. Oh, there's a cruise ship right there, NCL. Okay, so those people are going to the airport. Yeah. So main thing is just I enjoy foods, eating all this and that, and to do that I gotta exercise, and I keep exercising so I can eat and enjoy food. Yes. And you know when I eat wrong things too much and so forth, then yeah, I do end up where I got no option but to take metformin and stuff like that to get it under control. But most of the time I'm trying not to take it as much as possible, so hoping that one day I can really get it under control where I can just stay active and yeah, be in shape. Okay, now we can turn. And there's the cruise ship. I'm gonna make a turn over here and then go in. So yeah, and to reiterate, yeah, diabetes to pre-diabetic situation, everybody's different. So many different situations, not one solution for all. Yes, much as possible, whether you're diabetic or not, eating vegetables is good. Yeah, eating healthy meal is good, but hard to control. What's in front of you, and like sometimes you just don't even think about it. You end up eating and go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But then it's too late, and your body gets the craving urge, and you just gotta eat it, and then you end up eating it, and then and then you regret afterwards, right after you eaten it. Too late. So it happens. So hopefully I get better control. out from now on, but I'm not 100%. I'm not even close to it. I failed miserably many times, and so I gotta resort to keep exercising much as I can. And I got a pickup coming up, so I'm gonna pause for now. All right, I'm at the airport, and I just had a drop off. Yeah, so okay, and yeah, so it's not busy. I'm not getting any orders additional. So what I'm gonna do is from here, I'm gonna drive, I guess, out this Rogers Boulevard, and then I'll make a right on Honolulu Street, and then go out to Lagoon Drive. If I don't get order by then I'm just gonna go hit the freeway on Lagoon, Nimitz Highway. So yeah, well, today I got to talking about diabetes. So there's not one solution for like when a person is on diabetes, right? The two pre-diabetic situation. See, diabetic one is a full on diabetic, but there's no organ making insulin, right? Your body is not making insulin anymore. That organ is gone. So complete. So you need to do insulin shots. And then some people on diabetes too, depends on how bad you are. If your body is making so little insulin, then the doctors will get you on insulin shot prescription. So which means that you got to keep shooting insulin, because your body is making not enough, too little, right? So which means the organ is almost gone, or it's in a very bad state. Okay, but for anybody else, it could be your organ is damaged, right? Or I got an order. Or it's you just not getting enough exercise. You gotta do more, right? And some people, they can do 30 minutes exercise and they get so much, like an insulin workage. Whereas some people, they gotta do an hour, right? Or hour and a half. So everybody's different. So it all varies. There's no one solution for all. All right, so wait, let's see. I got an order coming through. Wow. Okay, 2320 University Avenue. Wow, way out there from here. And then all right, 1357 Capilani Boulevard. Okay. $12.17. So, okay, here I go. Alright, so I got an order in that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start driving. Yeah, Rogers Boulevard, Aulele Street, right over here. This is Aulele Street, and I'm gonna just keep on going out. I'm gonna make a left turn on Lagoon Drive, right? And then go on the freeway. And then go out to University Avenue. Wow. Sometimes when I'm out there, I get an order at the airport. When I'm over here, I get the order at the way out there. See, why is there not enough drivers today? Later I'm gonna go. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to Kakako Farmers Market. Yeah. See, the speed limit is 25 over here, but some people, they just don't have the patience. So, yeah. Yeah, that truck went past me very fast, but how far did it get? Now they have to stop on the red light. And right here, I'm just right behind them. So they didn't really go that far, even though they rushed over me. Okay, so I'll make a left turn. Yeah. So my main point, I'm just reiterating. Main point is there is no there's many different, like a diabetes 2 situation. Okay, it could be the organ problem. It could be not enough exercise problem, and it varies. It could be all different measurement. And some people are just beginning stage. Some people are late stage. More deeper problem. All varies, right? Yeah, there's not one, like a symptom fits all. So, you know, some people they can still eat white rice and still manage. Okay, and I consider myself maybe I am in a fortunate situation where my body still can handle, and I'm still able to bring down my sugar level even after I eat rice and a few other things, right? And I'm fortunate that I can exercise and bring my sugar down. So, like it's just not like what you call person not pre-diabetics at all. I just have to work out a little more, or a lot more at times. But I'm trying, and if I'm in a worse situation, then then I gotta be careful. But I'm still able to bring down my sugar level, so by working out, even though I have to do quite a bit. So I'm still feel that I'm in a fortunate situation. So pre-diabetic, diabetes 2 is not a one size fits all. Everybody's different. Yes, in a perfect world, yes, everybody would eat just the right amount, just the right portion, just the right type of food, right? And have a perfect body, right? But I myself, really enjoy food, and I cannot stop myself at times. Okay, craving is just too hard. It's like, for example, going to Aea Manapua, looking at, I was thinking I only gonna get, two or maybe a little. Anyway, but I ended up with a whole box full. After a while of looking and looking and looking, and then I just go, this one, that one, this one. And then, yeah, next thing you know, I got a box full. I came out. And then once I got it, I can't just throw it out, and I ended up eating it. But I didn't eat it all at once, right? Back then. I saved it for later, a little here, one later, and then one afterwards, and so forth. But still, that's not what I was thinking about. I was thinking about just getting just enough. So, but started out that way, good intention, but turned bad when I got to see the food. When it was in front of me, then I lost control. Craving took over. Appetite. Okay? So, yes, living in Hawaii should be fighting with my appetite, fighting with my craving. Yeah, I'm always fighting with my craving, fighting with my appetite nowadays. Before, I was riding, exercising so much, right? I was going all over the place. Yeah, that I didn't really think about it. I remember that the most makali buffet, when you used to, instead of mungori, makali buffet. I go there, right? And then I get like about 4 times a plate. I pile up my plate, right, with kalbi, right, and then grill and eat it all. And then I'll get another plate, right, stack it up and then bring it and then grill and eat it all. Then I do it 2 more times, 4 plates full, right? And I'll say, oh, okay, it was good meal. I mean, wow, I remember those days. It's like I enjoyed it, but yeah, now cannot, because my body just won't digest that. I'll just die of what you call too much sugar if I do that again. But I used to do that a lot, quite a bit. I used to go buffet. Buffet used to be one of the popular spots that I used to go. Different places, but now I don't. I cannot. And it took a while Not right away. I didn't even realize thinking about diabetes or anything. I was hurt, injured, and I was in pain. And I was, like I eventually ended up with what you call even mobility scooter. It's not doctor prescription scooter. It's just I found that it was hard getting around because I was so much in pain. So I just got it, bought it. Back then, yeah, you know, was that what you call COVID, like everybody shut down. And then there were one of the businesses that was renting scooter, right? Mobility scooters, they ended up shutting down because everybody shut down. And then I ended up buying from one of them. It was good, came out okay. But then never even thought about like a diabetes situation. Didn't even occur to me. Never thought about it my whole life, diabetes. And then it happened. One day my doctor told me, "You're diabetes too, pre-diabetic." I go, "Huh?" I go, "Diabetic? Me?" Yeah, then it started occurring to me. Yeah. Then, I ended up with emergency retina situation surgery. And then shortly afterwards, emergency cataract surgery. And I go, oh, sugar level was too high. I was out of control. And I didn't even realize, no. Yeah. Then I started paying attention. And thankfully, it was not too late. Yeah, hopefully. I'm still hoping it's not too late. And yeah. And then I really sensed it because recent my eye surgery, right? It was optional, my option, but so that I don't have to do eye drops anymore. So anyway, now it's all good. But shortly afterwards, doctor told me right afterwards that I'm restricted from exercising. No body movement, much as possible. Very, very little. I go, oh. And that went on for almost a month, over 3 weeks. And then I realized, oh my God. And even then, I was still doing an eating video, right? And I mean, I was trying not to eat too much, but I ended up, when I see it, I end up eating it, craving. But I wasn't able to work it off because I was on movement restriction. Yeah, that's one thing. You get an eye surgery and then you cannot move. You gotta get your body and stay motionless much as possible until it heals. You cannot be moving around too much. And then, yeah, then like another dosage hit me when like a A1C test. I just like I was at 6.9, and then right as like almost to the month since the surgery, and then I did the A1C test, and then they told me it went up to 7.4. I go, oh, no exercise, and that's what it results in. Yeah, so from then I decided, okay, really gotta pay more attention. But I can tell you right now, I just gotta do more exercise. I gotta do more exercise. I go end up eating. I gotta do more exercise. Yeah, because confidence is not there. I cannot hold myself from eating. Yeah. So I hope you get. Did you get the point? Wow. So I guess quite a bit of talking about diabetics. So yeah, diabetic is not one size fits all, and no, diabetic one is maybe one size fits all, right? Even that may be a little different, but very, it's just no insulin at all. Body's not producing it. Okay, diabetes two is pre-diabetes. Your insulin level, like your body is resistant or making not enough insulin, or whatever method. It's all different. Okay, and people like me, I would like to think my common sense is telling me that I was not doing enough exercise because I wasn't able to. And that was the cause. Yeah, I'm on freeway. So I'm to take University Avenue exit. Got a pickup going out there. Alright, So yeah, I'm thinking I should go stop by Kaka'ako Farmers Market and do some good walking over there. Little, yeah. But yes, my main exercise, yeah, is yeah stepper. I picked it up at the Walmart there. It was pretty good, just a simple stepper. Yeah, and then set it right in front of my TV, and while watching video, the Netflix, right? Just do the stepper and just keep at it. Yeah, and then it helps watching the video, and when it's really addictive, right? The video, then just keep watching and just keep doing the stepper, and then yeah, and then yeah, I do still have some pain, so I guess tighten my weight belt. Yeah, then I just keep doing it, and then like I used to do 1 hour, now I do almost 2 hours. Yeah, and then yeah, doing about 2 or 3 videos, you know, and then after that, yeah, kind of start feeling it, right? And then yeah, once feel my body digested everything and start feeling good, refreshed, then yeah, take a shower and relax a little, and then afterwards, yeah, take the glucose test again, and then just make sure. Yeah, sometimes I do beforehand to make sure that like if I'm not feeling 100%, then I gotta do the glucose test a little earlier to make sure that my sugar level went down enough. If not, then I gotta keep at it. I gotta do another 30 minutes. I gotta do another 40 minutes or an hour. Yeah, just keep at it. So that way, I gotta shoot for the sugar level going down. And then when I'm doing the stepper, I try to bring it down to much as I can, about 125, sometimes less, even 100. But that's not a true glucose level because you know my body is not digesting the food that I ate fastest like before. So, you know, after a little while of eating, then I start doing a stepper, right? Then, even when my glucose level, like yesterday, went down to 125, right? So I say, still, that's enough. Then I go, after I get cleaned up and I go to bed, and then I wake up and then I do a glucose test and it's at 150. So, yes, there was still, my body didn't digest everything, and once it digests everything, it went up a little, but not too high. So 150 was okay, waking up and doing it. Okay, because I still felt clean. Yeah, you guys are doing sugar level, right? Testing on diabetes to pre-diabetes situation. You can feel a little, right? And you can also, the feeling, clean feeling. Yeah, now I do have that sense. Yeah. And I found that when I wake up with 150, right? And, a little later, about 2-3 hours later afterwards, my glucose level really goes down more. Yeah, afterwards. It doesn't stay up there. So, it's a good feeling. So, main thing, everybody's different. There's no one shoe fits all. Everybody's different. It all varies. And then you're like if you're kind of like keep like if you're one of those people like me, keep on top of your situation, then like you kind of get an idea why your sugar level might be up, why your sugar level might be down, why your sugar level might be just staying there, and all different sorts. See, everybody's different reasons, and I'm used to how my body is, so that's the way. And my main flaw is I can't control eating 100%. A lot of times I start good, I end up good. Then there's times when I start good, intention, and then later, I failed. I ended up eating it, or ate the wrong thing, or too much, or such. So that's it. It happens. And if I can keep having my sugar level down, right, without using metformin, then I'm hoping my maybe A1C test will come down eventually again. But that's also something that's not easy because I like eating so much. But I'm fortunate, even though I'm eating, I'm not getting out of control because I've learned that I can still do exercise to bring it down, at least my sugar level. So I just passed a Punahou exit and now university. So I'm coming up to Bingham Street exit, and then afterwards University exit. I'll be taking the University exit, right? I think, yeah. So yeah, University Avenue exit. Wow, today's Saturday. Still got some traffic here. Okay, clean day. Wow, traffic at the freeway. Today's Saturday. But a lot of traffic. As I figure out do a little more driving, and then I'll head on over to Kakako Farmers Market. Take a little walk. Wow, so yeah, I got to talking about diabetes 2 situation, my pre-diabetic situation. You know, yeah. So because everybody's different, some people, it's not their organs. It's their, workout exercise is reduced, so that may be causing some. It is their organs, right? It's getting bad and so forth. So my guess is that people who have been recovered from being a diabetic 2 situation is because they were able to get their body back situation, back to normal condition because they were able to get back on exercise. It wasn't too late for them, right? Whereas some people it is. Yeah, I'm on University Avenue right here. And University of Hawaii on the right. Well, so right. So I say, wow, enough talking about diabetes. I mean, if you guys have any questions, you can always ask me, and I'll try to be, as straightforward as possible. And of course, I don't make up things. Yeah. It's just my daily struggle with diabetes situation, which, yeah, before in my early days, before the accident, my injury, never thought about. And I'm trying to think positive that it's not too late. It's not my organs. It's because of lack of exercise, which I'm now trying to fix. And alright, so I'm coming up pretty close to pickup location, and as far as the video, yeah, passing UH on the right. I'm still on University Avenue. As far as the video, I'll say this is it for the day. So before pickup, I'll end the video. Alright. Alright, so I got a pickup coming up very shortly, so I'll end the video. Thanks for watching.